Welcome back to Feed Me in the Forest. If you saw my last video, you'll know that I had to postpone my trip to Florida because I had the flu. Well, I finally made it to Florida. I had planned for it to be a very low-key trip with spending time on beaches and botanical gardens, and that it was. We lucked out with the weather. It was perfect. Sunny skies, warm temperatures in the mid 70s to 80. It was just perfect. Our first stop was where we were staying during our trip, my brother's house in Vero Beach. He lives in a very nice 55 plus community. So I just sat out in his patio and watched the birds, like this beautiful red-headed woodpecker on his bird feeder. He had a pair of mourning doves that frequented, and also a couple of stray cats that he was taking care of, which were a whole lot of fun to watch, but unfortunately I did not get any footage of them. After a few hours of soaking in the sun on the patio, we made our way to South Hutchinson Island in Fort Pierce to visit Jetty Park. We had a nice, relaxing walk along the coastline, and then we stopped at the Island Beach restaurant and bar for a very nice dinner. I had a mahi mahi Reuben with a refreshing beer that was made in Isla Morada, which is one of the Florida Keys. I would recommend this place if you ever get to visit. It's very good. So on our first full day, we visited the Port St. Lucie Botanical Gardens. We wanted to go to the McKee Botanical Gardens in Vero Beach, but they unfortunately had raised their prices significantly since the last time we had visited. The Port St. Lucie Gardens are donation based. They suggest a donation of $5, so it is very affordable. So we opted for that because this was a very budgeted trip. With beautiful murals, and they have a variety of themed locations with different kinds of flowers and plants. It's just a beautiful place to sit and relax and enjoy a few hours. We sat at this beautiful pond for quite a while, just admiring. It was very quiet, and we were watching this stupid duck that we thought was real, but it ended up not being real. So I guess it's there just to scare off critters that they don't want. My favorite area of the garden was the cactus section. I guess because we don't see a whole lot of cactuses up north. And I just love these planters, the big feet and hands. They're pretty cool. On our second day, we visited Round Island Riverside Park, which is located at Highway A1A in Vero Beach. They have a couple of boat ramps. There's a picnic pavilion with grills, and there's also a boardwalk. Unfortunately, we did not see any manatees. We were hoping to see some. I guess it wasn't the season. There's also a footbridge that leads to a small island with trails that will take you to an observation tower and a fishing pier. It was a very peaceful and relaxing stroll. On the other side of Highway A1A is Round Island Oceanside Beach Park. Here we hung out on the beach for a couple hours, watched the waves crash in, and just had a beautiful time lounging in the sun. Our third and final day in Florida was another beach day, but at JC Park Beach in Vero Beach. Here you'll find a beautiful half-mile long boardwalk. You can walk and enjoy all the sights and sounds of the ocean without getting sand in your shoes or on your feet. So we did that. At the end of the boardwalk, you'll find JC Park. There's restaurants there, and little areas you can just sit and relax. One of my favorite things in the whole world to do is walk along the surf on a beach and just look for shells and watch the seabirds. Like this little guy, he got himself some lunch there. He's tossing it around, and oh, there it goes down the hatch. This is a great spot to do that. The beach here is pretty quiet and low key. You won't find a bunch of rowdy teenagers here. From JC Park, we walk down Ocean Avenue to the shops at Vero Beach. And if you do this walk, you'll notice there are a bunch of very beautiful mansions with beautifully manicured lawns and gardens. It's a really nice walk if you get the opportunity to do it. And then we had lunch at Mulligan's on the beach. We requested outdoor seating. It was beautiful. We had lunch overlooking the ocean. I got a tasty hamburger, and it was really good. So on our fourth day, we were sad to fly back to Philadelphia, back to the cold weather. Fortunately, the cold weather wasn't going to last very long. But we were sad to leave Florida and the beautiful, bright, sunny skies and return to the gray skies of the Northeast. So soon I'll start up with the camping videos again because camping season is coming up. Yay! Who's happy about that? I am, for one. I cannot wait for my first camp out. So stay tuned. See you soon.